if we can enjoy a little bit of coolness in the air, let's just embrace it. We're going to start on our feet today. Can you hear me in the back? All the way in the back, yeah? You have music in the back too? Yeah? All right. Looks like we are ready to go. Step up to the top of the mat, please, and bring your feet together. And this is called the mountain pose, Tadasana, right? And when we make that gesture to step on the mat, we're not just kind of like standing around waiting for the next cue. We are actually making a statement that we are here and we are ready. Like, this is our first posture. And so this is the moment where we start to cultivate our breath, where we hold our head high, where we start to notice ourselves. Right? We really just start to notice ourselves. And you may not notice that your regular posture is a little misaligned. And so in this moment, maybe we start to pay attention to see maybe that we can balance some things, subtle things. Like, do you stand with the same amount of weight in both feet? It's a good thing to check, right? It's the bottom, it's the foundation. And then how do you distribute the weight in your feet? Good morning, Shabbat Shalom, my friends. Yeah. And how do we stand in our feet? Do we have weight in the heels? Can we feel weight distributed through all 10 of the toes? Is it possible to tone the musculature in the arches of the feet and lift the arches just a little bit? And all of these little things, these tiny nuances, can affect everything else that's above them. Now, how we stand in our feet might affect how our legs align at the knee or at the hip. And then even the pelvis, sometimes by habit, the belly is soft and the belly is hanging forward. What if you drew the belly up and in? Could you feel the tailbone slightly drop, and then maybe that changes the alignment of your spine? So these moments at the beginning of the practice are meant to give us a chance to center and to pay attention. Can you widen your collarbones and hold your head up? And it's all of these little tiny things. You could barely see the movements that you've made from the outside. I just know that you're doing them because as I say them, I see them happening. And then really, I guess all I have to say right now is just welcome to your body. Welcome to the moment. We're going to start to breathe and move. And as we move in and out of all the postures, can you continue to do the micro movements? Can you continue to pay attention? I think the answer is yes. Let's take a deep breath and reach our arms up together all at the same time. Reach up, breathe in. And then exhale, fold over. Take that first forward fold. Let your head bow humbly down. Soften your knees. Let your back body have a moment to stretch. Grounding the toes and keeping weight in the heels. Lift halfway. Just inhale, come to a flat back. And then exhale, fold again, head down. As you inhale, we'll rise with a flat spine all the way up. Lift your head up. And your chest, start to reach the arms high, and then pull the hands right to the heart. That's like a half vinyasa. We'll do it again. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Nice. Lift halfway on the inhale. Let's fold again. Exhale. And rise with a flat back, lifting the head and chest, reaching the arms high, and then please pull your hands to your heart. One more time, inhale, arms reach. We're going to move on this time. Exhale, forward fold, fold all the way in. Good. Lift halfway on the inhale. This time, let's go to plank. So both feet are going to take a step back. Holding your plank pose, push your hands down and in. Breathing. Breathing. So this moment right here, as you push your hands down and in, Can you also dig your toes into the mat a little and try to stretch the mat apart behind you? Just get a little more activation in your legs. I want to bring a little bit of heat. And then pull the belly up and in, and let's lift the hips and go to downward facing dog. So the hips go high, the head goes low. And then bend your right knee and stretch deeper into your left leg. That's it. And you can feel the outer left heel push, and you can feel the left hip rise, and you can actually let your right hip drop a little bit. Yeah. And then go ahead and switch sides. Just kind of explore that. There's a lot of musculature in the outer right hip, in the hamstring, that you can actually, expose here. And then we'll push both legs back. Take a deep breath in. I love it. And then look forward. As you exhale, let's walk our feet up to the top of the mat. Bring the feet together, please. And then lift halfway. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Good. With a flat back, we'll rise all the way to standing, pushing down into your feet, reaching the arms all the way up, and then hands come right to heart center. Check in with those footprints. Know that they affect the rest of your posture. Hold your head high and breathe with your whole body. Again, inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on the in-breath. Let's go to plank. This time we lower down right away, all the way to the belly. Bend the elbows. You can put your knees down if you need extra support while you're developing your upper body strength, right? Inhale into cobra. And then exhale, release the chest, tuck your toes. We'll find our way up and back, downward facing dog once again. All right, make sure you spread your fingers wide. I want you to have really nice big handprints. They do make a difference. The way we build foundation in the pose affects everything else above, right? And we got to pay attention to how we align the bones so that we don't put undue stress on the joints. We want the stress to come from the tension of the muscles. And we want to move mindfully. Push back a little, take a breath. And then as you exhale, look forward. We'll walk our feet up to the top of the mat. Lift halfway, inhale. Fold as you exhale. Good. Bend your knees, sink your hips. Chair pose, Utkatasana. And then push through your feet. Come on up. Yep, stretch all the way high to the sky, and then pull your hands right into the heart. Inhale, both arms go up. Let's hold them there and hook the thumbs. Please take a stretch over to your right side. Nice. And inhale, come back up. Switch your thumbs. Take it over to the other side. Just introducing a little bit of lateral movement. Come back to center. Let's let our arms drop down. Clasping the hands behind the back. Inhale, lift the chest. That's a nice big inhale. And then start to fold super slow. As you come down, the head will drop and the arms can pull a little bit away from your back. That pulling of the arms comes from retracting the shoulder blades, right? Squeeze the shoulder blades together if you can. Let your head down. Release the tension from the neck. Let there be a little bit of traction there. Gravity is your friend sometimes. Not always. Now, soften your knees, let your hands go, let the arms come and dangle in front of you. And we're going to come up like a rag doll, which is very different than coming up with a flat back. I want you to work with the insides. Push down into your feet, squeeze the back of your legs, pull in your belly, start rolling up through each vertebra. And then stand tall. How are we doing? We okay? All right, inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. I like how you're moving. Let's lift halfway. Inhale. Go to plank and lower on the exhalation. This is all one movement. Breathing in, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, here's your first lunge. The right foot's going to step up to the right hand. It's a big step. Stay on your left toes, and when you feel balanced in your feet, come on up and stand tall in this lunge. The arms reach high overhead, the biceps are near the ears. And I want you to create just as much upward action as there is sinking down. So as you bend the right knee, you push back through the left heel. Start to feel the actions of the legs, the grounding of the feet. And then can you get a little bit more length through your torso? I think you can. I think if you pull up from the pelvic floor and from the belly, you'll get a little more rise. And then extend up through the fingers so you feel it fully all the way expressed through the hands. Give me last breath right here. And then flow. Hands down, step back, lower. Starting to get to some of the bigger muscles. Inhale for cobra. Keep thinking about warming them up, not overstretching, right? Exhale, down dog. Left foot steps. Stay on your right toes. We'll rise up, high crescent lunge. The platform is full. There's space over here, Cherie, if you want, right over here. Yeah, you're good. Right there. So all of the things, right? The feet, the legs. Maybe you lean back a little bit so you're not sitting in the crease of your left hip. Give me that full expression of the pose. I want to see you reach. Take your last breath here. And then go ahead and flow it out. Hands down. Step back lightly. Lower slow. You can put the knees down so you can really lower with your muscles and not momentum. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay. Nice deep breath here. On the exhale, look forward. Let's walk our feet right up to the top of the mat. Feet come together, then lift halfway. Inhale. Fold deeply as you exhale. Bend your knees, sink your hips. It's chair pose again. So a little bit of heat's going to start happening. That's it. And the heat happens because we're using the big muscles, right? So we draw down a little bit through the hips. We reach a little higher through the waist. Give me one more breath. And then push through your feet. Stand tall, all the way up. Yeah, bring the hands to heart center. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on your in-breath. Let's go to plank and lower again, just like we've been doing. This is your vinyasa. Inhale through cobra. Exhale, down dog, and into your first warrior one. So that means right foot steps up, left foot turns flat. We're going to rise up, and we're going to start to create those little nuances. I'm going to give you a moment to feel in your own body. Use your footprints. Balance out the weight and the actions of both legs. See if you can get your chest plate forward. There is kind of a push down and out and a pull up and in happening. And that's our job actually here, is to find the nuances and to balance our actions. Take one more breath here. Turn that chest plate forward. That means the left side of your body is pulling a little bit against the resistance in that left hip. Okay, last breath. Exhale, take your flow. Hands down. Step back, organize your plank. Lower the knees, lower the chest. Yup, inhale for cobra. And then belly in. Pull yourself up and back into downward facing dog. Left foot steps, right foot flat, warrior one. Rise up, facing forward. Be in your body right now. Don't look at anyone else's posture. Really focus on what's happening in you. How do we articulate the bones? How can we put tension and stress in the muscles? How can we pull and make that little bit of tension? It feels so good. We want to break through the fascia. We want to make the body feel alive and vibrant. Lift your chest. Look up a little. Give me one more breath. Exhale, let's flow it out. Hands down, step back, and lower. Inhale for cobra. So beautiful. The spine bends. And then we take it to down dog. Powerful from the inside. Lift yourself up and back. All right, take a deep breath here. And then open your mouth, let out a little sigh. All right. When you're ready, I'd like you to look at your hands and slowly walk your feet back up to the top of the mat. Feet are together, lift halfway, inhale. Fold deeply on the exhale. And then bend your knees, sink your hips for chair one more time. Good. All right, we're going to stay in the chair pose, and we're going to sit a little deeper. Go ahead, drop it in just a little, and then pick up your right knee to your chest. That means you got to push the left one down. This is balance. Balance 101. Can I stand on one leg? My mom's spine doctor told her that the ability to stand on one leg is one of the major factors in being able to maintain your independence. Imagine that. Go ahead, put the right foot down, stand up tall, stretch long through your waist, and then bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, chair pose. Bend your knees, sink your hips, reach your arms. Stay nice and low in your seat, and then pick up the other leg. Left knee toward the chest. Keep pushing down with the right one. Feel the balanced actions. This is challenging. You might be wobbling. Don't get mad at yourself. Be grateful that you had the opportunity to practice, right? And then when you're ready, you just simply put that foot back down, push through both, and come on up. Stretch long, and then pull the hands to your heart. Okay, inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Fold all the way in. Let's lift halfway, and then go to plank pose and hold. Stay in that upper push-up position, and then please roll over onto your right side. So you're on your right hand and the edge of your right foot. Your feet can be one in front of the other or stacked one on top of the other. And then lift your hips a little higher. Let's take the bicep over the ear. I like it. Good. The arm comes back up. Return to plank. No drama. Switch to the other side, right? No big deal. You're doing amazing. Just lift your hips a little bit. Reach the arm up over your head. Yeah, feel the stretch through the side waist. You're doing great. Bring the arm back up. And then plank pose. Lift your hips. Return to your downward facing dog. And then walk your hands back to your feet. At the back of the mat, we'll take a half chair. That means bend your knees, sink your hips, and lower your chest. Let's sweep the arms behind us. Let's see if we can get the arms a little higher than the back, but the chest a little bit lower. That's it. Breathe. The feet should be about hip distance apart here. Your feet do not have to be together at the back of the mat. We have a little wider stance, so we actually can work a little bit differently in the muscles, in the legs. Please take your gaze out toward the front of the mat. That's it. Sit your hips a little bit lower. I know you can. Now, push through both feet. Sweep the arms up and reach for the sky. Come on up. Strong legs all the way up. Take a little back bend at the top, and then bring your hands right to your heart. Okay, inhale, both arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway on the in-breath. Let's walk it out into plank. Hold your plank. Lift your right leg off the floor. So we pick up the toes off the earth and we stay in plank. A lot of you lifted your booties up. Keep the shoulders over the wrist and then pull the right knee to the right elbow. As you pull that knee to the elbow, use your waistline and keep looking forward. You don't have to look at your knee to make it come up. Use your waist, use the strength in your obliques. And then step it back to plank and return to your down dog. Woo! Just say it out loud. Yeah, blow off some steam. No need to hold on to that tension. And then we come forward into plank again. Same thing, left toes lift off the ground. You can do it. It's the same pose. Keep the left leg active and then pull left knee to left elbow. Try to do it. Keep looking forward. Belly is in. The right leg is strong. The arms are strong. You're really doing it. This is amazing. Go ahead, step back and return to down dog. I see. I like it. Let's walk our hands back. Walk the hands to your feet again. Bend your knees and start to roll up slowly. No, don't do anything. Just ignore them. Roll up, roll up, roll up. Inhale, both arms up. Okay, we're gonna bring the hands to heart center and we're gonna sit back. Go ahead, sit back. Open the feet hip distance apart and then tuck the right elbow inside the right knee. It's okay. Just keep breathing. You stay in your work. We have to be able to focus while the world continues to move around us. Yes. Find the lock between the elbow and the knee. Start to open your chest a little bit. Instead of fear or anger, can we come with compassion? Draw the head back. Start to open and exalt your arms. You can feel that heart space open. We have the ability to find compassion here. Now left leg starts to straighten. Keep both feet on the ground as you explore the space of this pose. Then eyes go down, left hand comes down, let's soften the knees. Tuck the chin, please roll up slowly. Yep. Okay. Inhale, arms reach. Hands come to heart center, we sit back one more time. Left elbow inside left knee. Same idea, we create the lock. Elbow into leg, leg into elbow. Begin to exalt the arms. You can feel the rotation happening deeper once you open the arms up. And again, a space of compassion from the heart. It would be so easy for us to judge or go to fear when there's like a disturbance. But obviously that situation, I don't know if you're all aware, but we had a visitor on the east side or the west side of the park. Yeah. And I think that we expressed a little bit of love and then it diffused everything and he went away rather than approaching him with aggression, which might have just stirred things up, right? Let's straighten the right leg. Yep. Feel. Look for the space that you're creating in your body. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Then soften your knees, put that arm back down, look down. We'll keep both knees soft and we're gonna roll up nice and slow. Belly in, stand tall. Good, inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on the inhale. We're gonna walk it forward into plank. Now in this plank, I want you to really focus in on the grounding of the hands, pushing down and in a little bit so you activate your chest. And then I want you to let your hips and your legs tip to the right. So you go on the edges of your feet, the inside edge, the outside edge, but you keep both hands down. Keep the weight even in both hands. This is really in your waistline. Can you continue to look down at the front center of your mat? Tip your heels back up behind you and then roll it to the other side. Try to keep the upper body in the same place so that the actual action happens right around the waist, the obliques. That's it. And then lift your heels back up and lower. Take it onto the belly. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay. Take a deep breath in. Let out a little sound, a little sigh, a little expression of your tension. And then we'll look at our hands and walk our feet right up to the top of the mat. Good, lift halfway, inhale. Fold deeply, exhale. Bend your knees, sink your hips, show me your chair. And then push through your feet, let's come all the way up. And then bring the hands right to heart center. Okay, how are we doing? We okay? Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on your inhale. Go to plank and hold it again. I know it's probably not what you want to hear. I got you though. Go ahead and roll onto your right side like we did before, Vashisthasana, the side plank. Now this time with the left arm up, can you separate the legs and lift the left leg up? Yeah, I think you can. And then go ahead and return to your plank pose. That was beautiful. And then we'll switch to the other side. Just playing with it. Can you roll onto your side? Lift the right arm and the right leg. And then return to your plank. Lower yourself down. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take a nice long deep breath here. Open mouth side. Walk your hands back to your feet. You okay? All right. Let's go ahead and grab onto the big toes with our peace sign fingers. That's your index and your middle finger. As you grab onto the toes push into the mat, but the fingers pull up a little bit. You're creating a little lock there, Pada Bandha. And then the legs try to straighten. And I know that as you push your legs back, you start to get heavy in the heels, but I want you to keep a little bit of your weight in the toes. Keep letting the head down and let the elbows widen. One more breath, that's all. And then as you exhale, loosen the grip on the toes. Let's look up and lengthen, halfway lift. Now soften both knees. I want you to take your whole hand and slide it under the foot. So we slide the palm underneath, the toes go to the wrist, Pada Hastasana. Let your head down. And I know sometimes to get the whole hand under there, you really got to bend your knees. It's okay. Let's see if we can make sure that we're not spreading or widening the sit bones. Keep that a little narrow. And then let your head down. One breath at a time. Explore. Maybe you can straighten your legs a little bit. Keep feeling the back of the hand press into the mat. It's a good release from all the plank poses. And we're doing this release because there's going to be another set of plank coming up next. Okay, so attitude adjustment moment. Inhale, look up, slide your hands out. And when you're ready, slowly, slowly start to walk out into your plank pose. Okay, now when we've been switching sides for plank, we call that a pivot switch, when you kind of turn to one side and then you come back and turn to the other side. So let's go to the right. Take the plank onto your right side, lift that arm high, and lift the left leg high. I want you to pull the left knee into the belly as you put your left hand back down, and then switch sides and extend the left leg under you and out to the side. Yes. Beautiful. See if you can lift it from the inner thigh. You can put the leg down, of course, but I would love for you to keep it up. And then you pull the leg back through as the right hand returns to the mat, and you lower. It'll be better on the second side, I promise. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, plank pose. No drama here, you've got this. Roll onto your left side, face the right. The right arm goes high. We start to lift and separate the legs just a little bit. Then bend the right knee, put the right hand down, switch. The leg goes under, stretch it straight out in front of you. We don't put it down unless we need to. And then we pull the leg back through, put the left hand on the mat, plank pose, and lower. Okay, inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Let's walk our hands back to our feet. I want to talk to you for a second. Roll up like a rag doll. So, how did we feel about that? Yeah, we're okay with that? I think we had like a 50-50 on that. I couldn't feel the love from everybody on that, okay? Can we build on it or do we let it go? Can we build on it? Yeah, we can build on it? Okay. So while I have you all kind of looking this way, if you're in the back, you're not going to be able to see. But we just did a plank, right? And then we did the pivot switch to the other side. Now this time, I want us to switch again, but step behind. You see that? And then we get to enjoy that stretch, and we'll return to plank. Yeah? Does that make sense? So we're going to switch, and then we're going to switch. And the whole thing comes from your core. Hold the obliques, hold the abdominal wall, hold the pelvic floor. When you feel like you're floating and lifted, it's a lot easier. If you put your feet down, they're like a magnet. You're going to pull down to the mat. Okay? Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Walk it out into your plank pose. Roll to your right side. Lift the left arm high. Lift the left leg. Pull the knee to the belly. Make that switch. Hand down, knee under, leg under. This time when you come back through, pull the leg through and then step behind you and reach your arm up. Let your head back. Yep, hips high, head back. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Don't be afraid of it. And then pull your belly in, return to plank, smile, and lower down slowly. Yes, inhale for cobra. If you have shoulder or wrist issues, I apologize. Yeah, we'll get past this. One more on the other side, and then we'll move on. Okay, come forward, plank. Roll to your left so you're facing right. The right arm is high, the right leg rises. Pull the right knee to the belly as you make that switch. Right hand down, right leg under. Hold it, own it. And then pull the leg back through. It goes up and over. Step behind. Yes. Oh my God, you guys are beautiful. Open your hearts, let your head back, breathe. And then pull yourself back together. Return to your plank pose and lower. All right, inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now show me warrior one. Back to what you know. Right foot steps, left foot flat. I see you coming up with confidence. Like, yes, I'm off my arms. Okay, now keep the chest plate forward. Keep grounding your feet. Let's drop the arms behind the back. Inhale, lift from the collarbones. Exhale, fold. That front knee is bent. We're still in warrior stance. Yes, now turn the body. Turn. Yes, there you go. You're welcome. Push down to rise up. Patiently, we rise. Lift the head, lift the arms. Keep pushing through your left foot and reach your left arm high to the sky. Drop your right arm down behind your back. Let's start turning. Add a little twist. Twist to the right side. Can you reach for your left leg behind you? Can you slide that hand down the leg as you reach a little higher through your left arm? Right here from the obliques, can you turn the chest a little bit more? I see you. Push into the pinky toe of your left foot and reach with your pinky finger on your left hand. Give me one more breath and then face forward. Inhale, the arms return to the sky, and then exhale, they go to the earth. Put them on the ground. Step back and lower. Inhale, cobra. And then exhale to down dog. And we'll do the other side. Left foot steps up, right foot flat. Simple, warrior one, like we did in the warm-ups. Those little nuances, right? The feet, are you standing evenly? Are you using your legs well? Is your chest plate trying to turn forward? What do you feel in your body? As you get more warmed up, as you loosen up, do you feel the structure of the pose change a little bit? This is your yoga. We're going to stay here with the chest plate forward, but let the arms drop. As you put your hands behind your back, interlace with the other index finger in front. So both arms are down, we clasp, lift the collarbones, exhale, fold in. Let your head drop and then look to the back foot. A lot of attention in the back foot and the back leg. Can you internally rotate that back leg, bringing the left hip back and the right hip forward? Sometimes we fold to the inside of the left leg, which takes us off of our alignment. So let's see if we can, pull the left hip back, the right one forward, and then squeeze from the medial glute, and then start to push down to rise up. So there's a squeeze on those hips. You feel that? Good, arms reach. Right arm stays high, left arm drops low, and we start to play with that twist, turning out to the left side. Right arm high, left arm low, reaching for that right leg behind you. I'm going to give you a minute with this one because I don't think that it actually expresses itself fully until a few breaths in, right? Let's keep the back leg straight. Is your back okay? Okay. structure, a little less glute. Turn that chest, breathe in, and then turn and face forward. Reach your arms high to the sky. That sun feels good. Exhale, let's flow it out. Hands down, step back, lower. Okay. Are we okay? All right. Find your way to downward facing dog. Come up high on your toes. Soften your knees, coming into a floating tabletop. That means the knees hover over the mat, the hands are directly under the shoulders, and you're fierce, you're strong, you're capable. Don't let the belly or the ribs fall out. Take your gaze forward so the neck feels long and the head feels supported. That's it. Breathing. So your hips are the same height as your shoulders. Think about that. I know, you're starting to get to that point where like, all right, Leslie, stop talking. I know. Push the hands down and in. Drag the mat apart with your toes. Give me 2 more breaths because you can. Belly into the spine. Integrate even more. Create some heat. And then really gently put your knees down. Say it. Just say it. Now go ahead and take a moment and do a dancing lion. And that's kind of a free flow. I can't really direct you through that one. It's just kind of like all over the place. Every joint, every muscle, you get to kind of feel the benefits of your work. Some of that stiffness in the body has smoothed itself out. And I want you to enjoy it. It's swirly. The head and neck move, the hips, the shoulders, the wrists, the knees, everything's getting touched here. The whole spine. And then make sure you switch and go in the other direction too. Think of this as a loving gesture to your body. And then we'll kind of center ourselves. Belly to the spine. Find that sense of integration in your table. And then roll onto your right side. This time you get to keep the right knee on the ground. So right hand, right knee on the mat. Try not to move anything, right? And then just extend your left leg back. Now, before you do anything, can you integrate the core? Tailbone down, front ribs in. Then slowly start to lift that left leg up. Bring it only as high as your hip, no higher. And you can start to feel this line of energy created. From the heel to the hip, and then through the waist, let's take the bicep over the ear. Push down to rise up so you're not sinking into your right shoulder or your right hip. Side waist feels long. Remember the tailbone is down and the front ribs are in. You guys are creating back bend here. There is a bind if you want to take it. You could bend your left knee, reach back with your left hand. I saw a couple of you going there, inspired me to offer it. Wasn't gonna. There we go. Head back. Let the kick back of the foot open the chest a little bit. Manage your balance. And then don't slingshot, right? Just gently let it go. Put your foot back on the ground. Then as the left hand comes down, the left knee returns to the mat. Okay, switch sides. Same idea. We roll onto the left side. We're on the hand and the knee. We extend the right leg back. Float the right leg when you're ready. Put a little flex on your foot and your ankle so the leg feels integrated. The bicep goes over the ear. That's not so easy. It seems so simple. Ribs in, belly in, tailbone down. Just a little bit of structure in the center. Go ahead and take the bind if you wish. Bending the knee, reaching back, grabbing the foot, and then let it express. Head back a little bit. Let the kick back of the foot open the chest. All that going on, you got to manage the balance. And then we let go with grace. We return our hand and our knee to the mat. Let's take child's pose for a moment. Yay? That's how we express ourselves. Not just the frustration, but also the joy. Okay. Are we breathing? That is the most important. And even here in child's pose, there's little micro movements, little adjustments. Sometimes the tailbone can draw down, the arms can reach more forward. Just find the ways in which the pose feels spacious. Okay. Return to tabletop pose. Let's walk our hands back to our knees and then stand tall up on the shins. Go ahead and place your hands on your heart for a moment. Close your eyes. Just let the sound of the sirens pass. And just take a moment of gratitude for whoever's driving the ambulance, a moment of prayer for whoever's in that ambulance or who they're racing to and their families. My hope is that yoga will help us all be a little more sensitive to the world. It seems like a practice where we focus so much on ourselves, but it's only so that we can cultivate a little more sensitivity with ourselves, a little more kindness and compassion, so that we can reflect that back out into the world. Now go ahead and press into your feet a little bit, tuck your tailbone slightly down, and then extend your arms forward. As your arms reach forward, pull the shoulder blades back and down. And then remember that feeling of integration in the planks and in the tabletop work. I want you to keep the ribs in and the tailbone down and just lean back a little bit. Ooh, you're going to feel it in your legs. You're going to feel it everywhere, right? And I want you to hold that core work. Let your palms face each other and imagine I gave you a ball to hold. Arms are forward. Imagine you're squeezing a ball. Shoulder blades are back. Keep integrating. Remember those little micro movements? Feel weight on the top of your feet or in your toes. Resist the temptation to go to the back bend. Firm and strong. So we didn't put our hips down on our heels. We're still tall up on the knees. Yeah, we're just leaning back, lean back. Yeah, I wouldn't want you to miss it. Yep. Now, staying right there, I know you're already starting to get to that point where like, maybe I need a drink of water. Yeah? No, let's open our arms wide. Let's change the physics. Oh yeah, it just got a little bit harder, but I know that you can hold it. This is a moment where we're going to dig a little bit. We're going to dig in and we're going to see who we are. And of course, if you're having knee problems, then you can't hold it. That's different than core strength, right? Let's turn the palms to face up and in slow motion, bring the biceps to the ears. Oh, feel the waistline lengthen, but feel the core hold. Lean back a little more, just because you can now. The quads have given a little bit. Keep the tailbone down. Don't let the belly flare. Don't let the ribs flare. Slow motion, the arms come back out. Don't bite your lips. Put a smile on your face. Start to reach forward. And then really gently put your hips on your heels. Just sit down. Yeah. Close your eyes. Let your arms rest in your lap. If you can't sit on your feet, swing your feet around in front and come to simple cross legs. You know that time in the practice where we just come to stillness. And you certainly don't have to be sitting on your feet. Sometimes the knees don't like it. So simple cross legs would be sometimes a welcome invitation. And you hold your head up. What a beautiful thing we have created here together. A collective consciousness. A space where we all feel welcome. Where when we walk up, it's full of friendly faces, like-minded people. Where we gladly make room for each other so that everybody can come in and do their work. And I know know that each and every one of us is doing different work, and yet we do it together, and we do it in the same way. Everyone has a story. But not every story is true. Let's just take a moment and meet ourselves exactly where we are. Let's see if we can cultivate a strong breath, one that pulls us out of our heads and into our bodies. Can we be loving and compassionate and welcoming to ourselves? If we can't learn to practice that internally, how are we going to be able to reflect that out into the world? And I know the poses are sometimes hard. Sometimes they bring out the worst in us, but they also can bring out the best in us. So take a moment just to take a look and see, who are you? Who am I when I get on the mat? Can I reconcile the truth? Can I look at the best and the worst in myself? Can I reconcile that both of those things are real? And that in these moments when I sit in the stillness, can I just be okay, just the way I am? Knowing that there's room to grow, my heart to open, and be a better human. It's not about holding plank. It's about getting to know who we are. Take a long, slow, deep breath in, one that fills you up and makes you feel like you're stretching from the inside. And then open your mouth and let out a little sigh. Just discharge any of that energy that came up. Just let it clear. And then unfold your legs. It's going to feel really good to unfold the knees. Let yourself slowly extend the legs out in front of you. And as the legs straighten, reach up to the sky. Inhale. And exhale, fold right over. It's amazing how when we're moving, we get so much heat inside, and then it's amazing what happens when we get still. It didn't take long for us to cool right down. I'm watching the clothes come off, and then the clothes go on. Our body temperature, I mean, every single thing about us is a miracle. Bow your head humbly for a moment. And then on your inhale, start to come on up and bend your knees. And we're going to just lay ourselves all the way down onto our backs. So the knees bend, and it's just like the rag doll where we integrate and we hold our strength and we come down slowly. That's it. Go ahead and draw the right knee into the belly and extend your left leg long. And then notice how you can push and pull, right? You push the left one out as you squeeze the right one in. Don't let one overpower the other. Go ahead and switch. Let's push out through the heels. Flex your feet. Feel the pushing of the right leg before you squeeze the left too much. So you find the balanced action, just like when we were standing in Tadasana, like we are supposed to be paying attention to how we do what we do. Yoga not only teaches us to really do what we're doing, but to pay attention as we do it. Go ahead and pull both knees into the belly. something a little crazy? You guys with me? Can you do something a little crazy? Okay. Float your legs straight up in the air. Just feet up to the sky. And then arms up to the sky. And then I want your arms up to the sky. Yeah, and I want you to actually start to wiggle your fingers and your wrists and your toes and your ankles. And then let your whole arm start to shake. And then let your whole leg start to shake. And the shaking of the arms and the legs are going to start to shake the torso. And like every part of you, tailbone is down, so there's not a lot of work here. And then we just shake it all. Come on, shake it. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. I think you can do better than this. Come on, you guys. Your arms and your legs are so full of power. Your whole spine should be like moving. Like, like if I was doing it, that's what it would sound like, because our whole body would be shaking. Yeah. All right, we got a 10, 9, 8, 7, give it more. 6, 5, 4, it's almost there. 3, 2, 1. Really slowly put your feet down. Let your hands come to rest on your body. Feel the prana. Let your legs go straight out. A prana bath. Yeah. Feel all your cells dancing. Let a smile just rise up on your face. Not a big creepy one, but one that feels genuine and from your heart. Yeah. And just let your hands come off your body and let them come out to rest beside you. I want you to give yourself the best opportunity here to embrace one of the most important poses that we do, Shavasana. Can you soften your face? Let the eyes melt into the eye socket. Soften the lips and the jaw. Let the airways and the ear canals actually soften. The root of the tongue. Allow the weight of your body to be connected to the mat, like you're melting into Mother Earth and letting her hold you. And just really feel the soft moving of the breath inside you. So much of our healing happens when we are at rest. Deep, meaningful rest. Keep holding on. Keep holding on. Till the fire is gone. Keep holding on. Dropped you into Shavasana early, and there's sometimes a little bit more of closing movements that we do. So I'm going to ask you to awaken slowly and just listen to your body and honor yourself. If there is a gentle stretch or movement that would suit you in this moment. And take it. If you want to lay still for another moment, you do that. And eventually, over the next few moments, we're going to find our way back to seated. And you can twist your spine, or you can pull your knees in, or you can just savor the stillness for another moment. Maybe once you sit up, you twist a little bit. You know what you need in this moment. Trust yourself. Eventually, in our own way, in our own time, we'll find our way to sit together. And again, just take notice. Fine-tuning. And this is the way that we cultivate consciousness. We learn to pay attention to the details, to the subtleties, to the things in life that may not just be apparent on the surface. Could you imagine what life would be like if we could cultivate a little more of that? I know that's the world I want to live in, so I'm going to keep coming out here and talking about it. And I am so grateful that you keep showing up. Thank you. Thank you for being the ones that care. Thank you for being the ones that try. Thank you for wanting to be a little more conscious and for showing up every Saturday. You could be anywhere right now. You could be in bed, you know? You could be anywhere. You could be on the beach. And here we are. Here we sit together after all these years still doing this work. And I know for a fact that a lot of us have shifted and changed, even in the most subtle ways. Most people that shift and change from doing this work shift and change for the better. I have seen it go the other way. And so let's keep our intentions clear. Let's keep our hearts open. Let's keep breathing and paying attention. And then watch and see what happens. Let's bring our hands together at the heart. And we'll seal today's practice. Even though the practice goes on, as soon as we get up from this mat, your yoga begins. But for this moment, this session that we share together is complete. And we'll close it with the beautiful and sacred sound of Om. Breathe in with me. Om Shanti 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 He. Om peace, peace, perfect peace. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. May the actions of my life and all of our lives somehow contribute to that happiness and that freedom for all, not just all humans, but all sentient beings. We all deserve the right to walk this earth knowing peace, peace, perfect peace. May our yoga practice help us get there. Namaste.